Good day, ma'am. My name is Charmaine Groma, and today I'm going to discuss about visual layout and design. I will discuss first what is visual. It is important in materials development because they help make the content more visually appealing through images, photos, graphics, and other that illustrate concepts providing information to the readers. Next is kinds of visuals. So, in materials development courses, the first process is actually to brainstorm first for the kinds of visuals. It is essential to create engaging and effective learning materials. One of the activity commonly used, the treasure hunt activity. This activity looking for something and then finding it. It encourages students to be active and to explore. By actively searching for visuals in existing materials, participants can gain better understanding in types of visuals that commonly used in the education resources. The following list contains the major kinds of visual we often find in published materials. So, first, photo. Visuals representation of a concept or idea, making easier for audience to connect with the material on personal level. Example here in the photo, it used to connect us to meaning whether it is the love of a mother, the love of a daughter, or a relationship between mother and daughter. Next, drawing. In art can be used to depict an image, either from real life. It used to produce imagery that captures or communicates through visual form. As you can see here, it captures the audience that the image shown is nature. Next, painting. Provide painters emotions and ideas. The painter utilizes different forms and art styles to have the painting accurately represent their vision. Next, collage. This is a putting together various different pictures such as photograph or pieces of pictures that put in a single frame to create a creativity. Next, cartoon. Our popular choice for materials aimed at younger audience or for kids as they engaging, making content more relatable. Then, graphs. Visual representation of data that show relationship between different variables. As you can see here, the example is the line graph. So, graphs can be formed depending on the type of data being presented. Either it is a line graph or a pie chart. Next is charts. Are similar to graphs but are typically used to present data in a more organized and structured manner. This can be used in reports, presentations, and academic papers to help readers visualize information being presented. Next, maps. Show relationship between different locations. They use to illustrate the distribution of data, identify patterns, and highlight specific areas of interest. Next is diagram. Concepts and make easier to understand. It illustrates how something works, how different components are connected, or how data flows within the system. Next is the objectives of visuals. We think it is very important that we try to identify the objectives behind visuals so that we can use them for valid and effective teaching. What are the objectives of using visuals? So, first is objective 1, visual explanation. Give the students a clarification or description of something that might not familiar to the learners. So, example in the text. If they found unfamiliar to them, so it's difficult for them to imagine what it is all about. So, it would be difficult for the readers to imagine, for example, exotic animal or the geological structure of the island without the photos, map, and illustration. So, Exotic animal means it is a lions, tigers, wolves, bears, reptiles that belong in their natural habitats. These animals are wild and dangerous. Next is geological structure. This means that deals with forms, arrangement, various layers of rock. According to Hill 2013, low-level language practice of vocabulary, example, matching word with picture. So his analysis revealed that the most visuals were of the former kind. Objective 2. Providing context. Provide or give the information that will help to make sense of something. For example, illustration that provide a historical background in the story by introducing characters, setting, and theme. According to Byron and Baldrige 2007, they point out that emoticon or emoji, example smiley and sad face. So, this to provide context clue for the receivers of the text. Next, objective 3, showing procedures. This shows step-by-step process or having instruction. In a way, photos provide the procedural clues for the learners. Example in using of appliances, like let's say for example television. If we don't understand the text, the photos will help us to understand. Next, objective 4. Inducing affective responses, and objective 5, objective provoking thoughts and reactions. So according to Tomlinson 2013, Ellis 2016, Masuhara 2016, these two objectives are vital role in education and language acquisition. Because when we inducing affective responses, that emotions play significant role in the learning process. When learners are emotionally engaged with the material, they are more likely to be motivated in the learning. In provoking thoughts and emotions in learners are essential for critical thinking and language development. When students are encouraged to think deeply about the topic or questions, they develop the analytical and problem solving. Next, objective 6. Toward the end of the story or the summary. So, which the material covered in a lesson or unit. For example, using mind map, showing the key points that help students review and enhance learning. Objective 7. Achieving consistency and marking changes. By using consistent colors, fonts, and styles throughout a lesson or unit. But change or illustrative style or kind of photos, example, artistic paintings and level of abstractness wherein can provide. Objective 8. Providing aesthetic experience. By using visually appealing images, graphics, and layout. This helps students more enjoyable to learn. According to Hill 2013, this knowledge the fact that learners nowadays may prepare colorful visuals as reflecting their normal experience. So, and then some learners may even be deeply affected by artistic and aesthetic impact. Next is characteristics of visuals. In materials development, once we are clear about our objectives, we need to be able to choose or develop the best possible visuals for whatever objectives we set. Based on the investigation of Hill 2003, he pointed out that the photos and drawings are the two major kinds of visuals most widely used in course book. Because he says that photos used to illustrate people, objectives, and places in published materials. Next, drawings are often used in published materials to illustrate actions and interactions among people. The drawing, it has two types. These are the strength and weakness. In its strength, They are much focus, emphasis, and detail. The example, the minimalist drawing of artist Catherine Bernardo used simple shapes and colors to convey a sense of form and structure, while in weakness, limitation of line and shape to represent form and structure. For example, a drawing landscape may capture a basic outline of trees and mountains, but lack of light and shadow that give the scene clarity. By the strength and weakness of different kinds of visuals, it enables teachers and materials developers to choose the right kinds of illustration that appropriate for their objectives, particularly learners are teaching context rather. Next, we're going to discuss what is layout. This means the arrangement of visual elements on a page or screen. It involves organizing content in a way that is visually appealing and easy to navigate. Good layout can play a significant role, often at subliminal level in. First is attracting attention. By using the color, size, shape, font, alignment, and spacing. Next, providing focus. By organizing the content, this helps the readers or the audience understand the main points being presented. Next, sequencing smoothly. The layout ensures that the reader can easily follow the flow of information. Next, separating different sections. By using borders and color coding, the layout helps to distinguish between different parts, also to prevent information overload. Next, attracting aesthetic responses. It enhances overall presentation by using color and imagery can capture the reader's interest. Next, giving consistent structure by establishing a clear and cohesive design. By this following, it could create a more engaging and effective learning experience to the readers. Factors that contribute to the effects of the layout may include: first, positioning refers to placement of elements such as images, text, and other visual elements. For example, placing important at the top of page or screen can help capture the attention of the reader. Next, size. The larger element can be used to emphasize key points that the smaller elements can be used additional context. Next, use of space. Proper spacing can help to prevent confusion, making it easier for the audience. Overall balance of visuals and text. Balancing amount of text through images, graphics can help the content more clearer. Next, separation refers to use of borders, lines that can help to organize the content. So, by carefully considering these factors, it can create layout inform the audience in a clear way, also help to create effective communication. Next, good layout in material supports teachers in managing teaching procedures smoothly with structural clarity. In analyzing the layout, we could use questioning including: so, are the activities clearly separated? Are connections between visuals and activities clearly signaled? It is clear which activities instructions refers to? Is there enough white space to achieve clarity for the learners? Are sections of units clearly for the learners? Are sections of units clearly labeled? Are heading prominent? The reason behind asking these questions is to ensure the layout of teaching material is effective in teaching and learning. Teachers can create materials that are engaging to the learners. Next, I'm going to discuss what is design. Design, it is a overall plan of appearance and functions of a set of materials. It could mean the design of the whole book such as the size, weight, covers, and binding, or it could mean the design of the pages. Materials with good design are likely to be: first, appealing. This means that they are visually attractive and capture the interest of the audience and engage with the product. Next, aesthetic. Encompasses overall look. Impactful. Ability to create memorable experience and create connections with the user. Next, easy to use. Enhance the overall user experience that make product more accessible. By incorporating this, the product in good looking but also provide value to the user. This could be capture the interest of the audience. So here are the good design can help teachers and materials writers too. First, achieve teaching objectives. So, by carefully considering these designs elements, teachers and materials writers can ensure that their materials are clear, engaging, and easy to understand that help students achieve the learning outcomes. Next, stimulate affinity between users. When educational materials are well designed, they are more likely visually appealing, which can help enhancing learning experience for students. Next, give credibility to the materials. Can convey the established credibility with students may be likely to engage with the materials that reliable. Next, provide a reassuring consistency. By maintaining a consistent design throughout a set of materials, teachers can create a clear that help to reinforce key concepts and ideas. Next, achieve intended impact where necessary. By carefully considering the design elements that will best support the content and objective of the materials. Good design can help to enhance materials more memorable and engaging. Next, control tones and moods. By using design elements such as color, imagery can create the content appropriate. Example, bright and colorful design might engaging tone for children book. Next, appearance. To what extent? Is the cover interesting? Is the cover appealing? Is the appearance potentially attractive to the learners from all background and cultures? Does the book retain visual interest throughout? Does the book retain visual appealing throughout? Does the book give the appearance of being up to date? By ensuring this appearance, this is well structured and could be engaging where the reader's attention capture and convey the message effectively. And lastly, functionality. This key concept of design that determine the effectiveness of a product. To what extent? Does the design provide consistency? Does the design offer variety? Is there consistency in the use of design features, example icons, headings, labels, and fonts? Is the book affordable? So the main goal of this to create product that easy to use and enjoyable for users. That meet the needs and expectation of users. So as the conclusion, the connection of this visual layout and design, it is essential in materials development because it creating effective and engaging educational materials. They work together to create a interactive learning experience for students. In addition, visual, layout, and design encompasses the use of graphics, typography, color, layout, and other elements to create visual appealing and engaging content. When thoughtfully applied, visual, layout, and design can significantly enhance the process of acquiring knowledge, understanding complex, and retaining information. We will explore the profound impact of visual layout and design on learning experiences and how it can be leveraged to optimize educational outcomes. Visual layout and design plays a vital role in capturing learners' attention and promoting cognitive engagement. The strategic use of eye-catching visuals such as illustrations, diagrams, infographics, and can stimulate curiosity and activate prior knowledge. By presenting information in a visually appealing manner, learners can more likely to remain focused and retain information for longer periods. Well-designed visuals also facilitate the comprehension of complex concepts by breaking them down into digestible and relatable components.